Miss Rubio, why are you bringing this case to court?
Well, Your Honor, I've been struggling for many years, and it's a very delicate situation because he was my son's best friend. And I know it makes me look kind of bad, but we did have a romantic encounter after Thanksgiving dinner. It got late in the night by the fireplace, and I had his child. He has continued to just deny it, but I know he's a father because he's the only one I slept with. I mean, I'm working all these jobs and I need help with child support and everything else.
And am I getting this correct? He was once your son's best friend.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Bill, you sly dog, you. Mr. Bill, what's your take on this?
Well, I'm not a sly dog. I'm just a nice young man, 40-year-old guy.
You was nice enough to give it to your best friend's mom, right?
It's not funny. This is not what it seems. Okay, I've known this lady since I was just right before puberty, okay? Best friends with her son, Tony. We've done everything together. We played Little League, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, all the sports, you name it. We even took dance classes together. I used to sleep over here, and I would have to say that this woman is the first woman I've ever seen naked. I was 13 years old, and she would flaunt her boobies right in my face. Now, when you're 13 years old, anything looks good. I really don't give a damn. You know, when you're 13 years old, you're like, oh my God. And this woman would always prance around and just always go like this and pose, and stuff would come out, you know, as the first, and it was like pyramid shape. It was weird. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I used to tell her, I used to say to Tony, I said, what's up with your mom? She said, oh, that's how my mom is. I caught her watching porn once, and she did all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I went through puberty, and she would always like come over here and walk right past me when she would go to like the refrigerator, brush against my penis, and things like that. And I mean, how do you not get an erection, you know? And it's just like, so the first woman I've ever dreamed about was her. I mean, unfortunately, yeah. So one day, Tony was gone, and she invited me over. She said he'll be home soon. She made me my favorite Kool-Aid. It was so good. And just sitting there, minding my own business, and then she just starts touching me and taking her top off, and
This has nothing to do with the problem. The problem is that he is the father of my son.
Hold on one second. Wait. Miss Rubio, let's let Mr. Bill finish his story.
But it doesn't matter if I pranced around or I had my boobs out.
He was not, he's the father of my son.
No, this is what we deal with. Miss Rubio, in my experience on this bench, whenever someone tries to overtalk the other person, that's not a good sign.
I'm very emotional on this.
I understand, but you can let your emotions out when it's your turn to talk. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
I don't want to throw out your case because you couldn't control yourself. So wait until it's your turn, and then we'll let him finish talking. Then you can say anything you like. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay, make sure you understand that. All right, Mr. Bill, finish what you were saying.
okay, so just to wrap it up, okay, 18 years old was the first time I ever had a sexual experience, and it was with her because I thought Tony was going to be home. She wasn't. She started flaunting her boobs, started brushing up against me. I was rock hard. So I did what a normal person would do. She said, you want to come up here? I want to show you something. I went in there, and then before you know it, we did it like twice.
Ms. Rubio, are you trying to limit the role in the child's life by Mr. Bill?
Why would I do that? At first, I gotta admit, I was embarrassed. So everything he said, he admits we had sex, but he just refuses to say that this is his son. I'm working 3 jobs. He's not paying any child support. And I don't understand why this is so difficult. He is the father of my son. And yes, at first I was extremely nervous, like, oh no, my son is gonna recognize that he looks so much like Mr. Bale. But, this has gotten way out of hand, and he needs to pay child support and be a part of this child.
Let me ask you this. You're coming here 16 years later, after the baby has been born, the child's young man has been born. My question to you is, have you ever tried any course of action before today?
No, because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I didn't want my son to know what had happened. I'm humiliated.
Well, my question would be the obvious one, and I'm sure the cameras and everybody at home watching and the world's going to want to know, why are you not embarrassed today?
Because enough is enough. I'm working 3 jobs, and he needs to pay up and stand up and be a man now. He's a lot older, he's got a good job, and he needs to support my child.
Ms. Rubio, if Mr. Bell was to be involved with the child, is there an issue?
No, not at this point, Your Honor. I've thought about it a lot, and I was embarrassed for so many years, so, if he wants to be a part, I'm sure we could work something out. If he comes through and pays child support, and I want it to be proven that he is the father.
Okay. Can I go, please?
Yes.
Now, if I was the father, I would have no problem in supporting this kid and having a relationship. But it's pretty funny in our Little League team, as we got older in high school, that I would say the shortstop, the first baseman, second baseman, a couple pitchers, a couple outfielders also had sexual relations with her. So if I'm the father, I'm only 10% the father because that's only 10% of my sperm.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot to process. Ms. Rubio, that's a wild claim on behalf of Mr. Bell, that you slept with a lot of the players.
That was according to the players, Your Honor, not to me. That they told me.
All right. Order. Now, you had your chance to speak. Now it's back to Ms. Rubio.
He is just trying to push it off like he's not the dad, and I'm this whore. I'm a mother, and I work very hard, and these accusations are just too much.
So, I'm going to propose this to you first. When was the child conceived, and who, if anyone else, were you seeing?
I wasn't seeing anybody at the time. I was with Mr. Bale.
Oh, come on.
Including the softball team or whoever he says. It's all lies. These are all lies, Your Honor. This is so embarrassing.
I'm just curious. Does your child have a proclivity towards baseball?
Well, he plays all sports. I don't understand what the deal is. He is the father. That's why we're here.
Oh, cut the malarkey. I mean, look at you. First of all, I never called you a whore. I called you a slut. Okay? I heard that your child is a lefty. There's 3 lefties on that team that you had sex with. I'm a righty. I can't even dribble with my left arm. Okay? So it's pretty obvious that you had relations with multiple men, including the baseball team, and you have boyfriends. Everyone knew that you were El Slutto, okay? That you've been with so many people. So I don't know why you're 1 time or 2 times, okay? One day.
Language, sir, language.
Sorry, I abbreviated the blowjob thing to a BJ.
Okay. Language. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. My gal's gonna say language. Watch your language report. Wow.
This is so humiliating. I just can't believe he would deny this and say I was with the whole baseball team. This is just crazy.
Sure is a lot.
I'm a hardworking mother. This is just too much for me. I don't feel well, Your Honor. I just can't stand these accusations. This is just too much for me. I just don't know what to do. I just can't stand all these accusations. I'm really hot.
Rubio.
I'm gonna faint. I feel bad.
Ms. Rubio. Ms. Nee. Wait, is she all right? Is she okay?
She's Sharon Stone.
Producer.
Fine.
Producer. See if she's okay.
Happened, producer of the show. Okay.
Oh, hey.
She's fine.
I just can't stand these accusations. It's getting very hot in here.
Give her a D for effing.
Okay.
Please, just let me get it.
Okay. You can say what you want, but you know you're the dad. You know it. You know what he looks like. You know it's your son.
He's a lefty.
All right, with the back and forth, order in the court. Okay, stop with the back and forth. I'm going to give you 1 chance to speak each, And as one is speaking, the other one is not speaking, all right? That's how we maintain order. Ms. Rubio, I want to know, what steps did you take to establish the paternity of the father or the baby, and what rights?
Well, at first I didn't want to do anything. I was really nervous. This is a very sensitive issue. But then all my friends said, no, you need to take him to court. You need to take him to court. And I finally said, yeah, that's what I need to do. And that's why I'm here. Because he is the dad, and I did not sleep with the baseball team.
Ms. Rubio, how would your child be affected by finding out now that Mr. Bell is the father?
Well, he might be a little surprised. He's always asked who the father who is his father, but I was very evasive because I didn't want my son to know. But all my friends keep saying, oh, take him to court, take him to court. But yeah, I think it would be a good thing for him to be involved in my child's life at this time.
No.
And play baseball.
Mr. Bell, how do you think connecting with your potential son would affect you and the child?
Well, I really don't know, because I don't really know anything about this kid. All I know is we've known she lies, and why would she come out right now and try to get money from me? That's all she wants, because she knows I have a good sales job. But, I have no clue about this kid. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. She's been with a lot of people.
Miss Rubio, what are you prepared to do if Mr. Bell is not the father?
Well, according to him, I guess I would have to interview everybody that was on the baseball team.
Okay, and Mr. Bell, what are you prepared to do if you are the father?
Well, first thing I'm going to do is come right back here and sue her, because why didn't she tell me about this how many years ago? Almost a couple decades. I mean, I could have had a relationship with a son. My whole life would have been different. So I'm going to sue her.
And then I'm going to sue him for suing me for character assassination.
So, Mrs. Rubio, or Miss Rubio, and Mr. Bell, in the case of 16-year-old Angelo Rubio, Mr. Bell, you are not the father.
Told you!
Oh my God, this can't be. How can you do this to me?
I'm going to say this.
It's not possible.
Well, here's the thing, Miss Rubio, you're going to have to look up all 9 players of the Tiny Tigers and bring them in one at a time and figure out who your Angelo, your child's.
It would not be any of them, Your Honor. It would not be any of them.
So are you going to say it's still Mr. Bell? Because this is 100% accuracy. Now, let me ask you this. Do you have any idea who the father could be?
Yes, Your Honor, and it wouldn't be anyone that was on the baseball team.
Feel bad for him.
It was a celebrity I had a one-night stand with, but I was with Mr. Bale so much that I thought it had to be him.
I see. Well, I'm going to say this. There's a such thing as contraceptive. And it seems like the people that come in here don't understand that, that there's a way to have your fun without taking the risk. And you're old enough to know this.
You're lecturing me?
Yeah, I'm lecturing you because you're standing here before me lying, saying that you didn't sleep with
This
baseball.
was many years ago.
And many years ago doesn't change the fact that you're here right now because you were embarrassed, because deep down inside, you knew Mr. Bell wasn't the father.
It was a strong possibility. The times worked out. I thought it could be him.
You made it sound as if he was the only one, and you knew he wasn't. So there was a possibility that other than Mr. Bell, it could have been someone else. You've heard my ruling. Court is adjourned. Mr. Bell, you are not the father.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.